Welcome everybody. We are joined by head coach BJ Callaghan. Coach, a tremendous outing here tonight on 90s night. Tell us about it.
No, I mean, it's been a while since we've been home, play in front of the great fans here. And, I think we were able to come out in a really aggressive mentality, played with the right intensity. And I think you saw a really big collective performance tonight by the guys. And, really just proud of the whole group and all of the guys that stepped up and, I think put in a really complete 90 minutes.
We're going to open the floor for questions. If you don't with Ben, Mike.
BJ, it felt like in maybe the last three games, there were some issues just creating consistent chances, and especially kind of progressing the ball through midfield. It felt like tonight that was not an issue at all. What did you make of just the way that especially Patrick and Gaston were able to kind of exploit the space that they had?
Yeah, I think, we were able to circulate the ball better. We were able to get it to left and right. I think that opened up spaces. I thought the guys were calm and composed, but also at the same time looking to hit, when the space opened, looking to hit guys in behind, which is something that we pride ourselves on. So, for us, it was I think you had guys moving and looking for the ball, wanting to be on the ball, and a real sort of collective effort both with and without the ball.
And then I know you've talked a lot about being process-oriented, but at the same time, getting results at this stage of the season is crucial, especially like in a six-pointer, taking points off of Orlando. I guess, first of all, how nice is it to kind of get back in the win column, and also just what do you think this means kind of for the bigger picture of the season?
Yeah, I think it's important that, results matter. We're in the winning business, and we don't hide. We don't hide from that. We don't, move from that. The thing is, we're just not obsessed. Like, we're about our work. Because that's what we can control. We can control our day-to-day effort, our day-to-day work, and how we prepare. And the guys did a great job this week, right? Really dug deep, put in extra work, really came together, and I think you see that, you see that here. And this is the time of the season where everything's magnified, and you have to be ready to capitalize on every single moment out there. And it was a big win for us.
Yeah, BJ, I want to ask you specifically about Jacob Schaffelberg. We talked to him after the New York match, and he was talking about a frustrating season it's been for him. He hasn't been able to really get out there and do his, what Nashville fans are used to seeing him do. A goal in the last match, 2 assists tonight. What do you think? What do you think contributed to this sort of form he's in, and what sort of contribution do you think the coaching staff and yourself have towards that?
I think Jacob's done a tremendous job just continuing to grind and work on his game and work on different aspects. Tonight we asked him to defend a little bit differently, and he rose to that occasion and did a great job. Sometimes he had to hold the ball under some pressure and was able to draw some fouls. And then at the end, you see his quality when he's 1v1 and he's high and wide. He beat you with your right foot for the first or whatever goal it was, but one goal he gets is with his right foot and then chops you back, and now he hits you with your left foot. So a real credit to him, just kind of developing his game and becoming as versatile as possible.
And then another individual I want to ask you about is Josh Bauer, who coming into the season, maybe a lot of fans haven't seen a whole lot from him. Being able to play in 3 different positions for you, and just overall, just being able to be a team player and contribute this late into the season. What were your thoughts on him tonight, but overall, just for his season so far?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, Josh embodies what we're about here. The values that we put in this club, and he's a walking everyday example of that, and just completely selfless and puts the work in each and every day. And I was glad to see him put in a really good performance. And he's called on to do a lot of things. It's kind of probably a blessing and a curse that he's so versatile. But you can see the way that he impacted the game tonight, and what a fun assist at the end for him.
BJ, being Orlando, one of those difficult teams for Nashville, especially in the last few games that you face him, how good is the feeling that not only to beat him, at home, but so clearly like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think Orlando's a really well-coached team, very experienced players in a group that's been together, and they know how to win. So for us, we knew it was going to be a big test, but throughout the whole week, we knew we were able to come back home. We were going to get the energy boost from being here and not having to travel. And, I think the group collectively came together and, again, put in a good performance. This is a good team. We're a good team. And, and these are performances that we expect.
I mean, Nashville has been a team that obviously throughout the season has been getting contributions in terms of goals. Of course, I mean, Suric and Mokhtar are something else up front, but having somebody like Jason Palacios, even if it's a fifth goal, scored tonight after all the contributions he's done for the team this season, what was it tell you? How do you feel about that this morning, tonight?
I mean, for an individual thing, it's great for Jason, right? Like a player to come here to a different country, adapt to a different system and everything. He's been, constantly working to work hard and to make an impact. And obviously, as a center defender, there's a lot. Your main job is to keep the ball out of the goal. And I thought he had some great interventions in the penalty box. To be rewarded with that is great. But I think the way we scored goals tonight shows how dangerous we can be, but also how everybody can make an impact in different phases. One comes off of a long throw, one comes off transition, two come off a little bit of isolation out wide with Jacob, and then you have an attacking set piece goal. And if we want to be a team that's competing at the end of the season, you're going to have to find goals through all phases. And it's a credit to the guys for being dialed in every night to know when those moments arise to capitalize on them.
Yeah. BJ, I guess, how much harder does it make it for opposing defenses to stop, Hani and Sam when one of them gets on the border? I guess how much tougher does that make both of them to defending? Maybe how do you see defenses react?
Yeah, I mean, I think you see Hani and Sam as the collective having the goals, but I think it's the dynamic movement of all of the front players, and you can even add some of the fullbacks, and the way they get in and disorganize the opponent. That's our objective when we have the balls, to try to disorganize the opponent and create those spaces. And then, hopefully you can get into good goal-scoring opportunities, and I thought tonight we showed that we were able to do that.
And I guess a win like this coming, 5-1, 4 goals before halftime, does obviously coming off a 3-game losing streak, you were in a position where you really needed a good result here. But does a win like this do anything more for confidence, just in the way it came, the way it happened?
I mean, I think for us, we were just excited to get back here and play in front of our fans, and and know that we needed a good team performance. And that was what we focused on this week, getting back to doing the little things. And collectively, I think we came together from the start. We're able to do it, and now we'll turn it right around and get ready again to come back here Saturday night for Atlanta.